Um, right, I think I'm going to talk about meditation and more advanced meditation techniques. Most people, when they're doing meditation, sit and sit in a sitting position, and they normally, a lot of people hold their fingers like this, touching both ends, the thumbs to the index finger, and they don't realise what it's for. It's actually to create an electrical circuit. The yogis and the holy men of thousands and thousands of years ago discovered that they could manipulate their electrical system, their inside electrical system, their meridian system, by mental force and by using certain breathing techniques. The monks actually used to put the soles of their bare feet together, sort of like the lotus, plus the soles of the bare feet together, but I wouldn't advise doing this because it gives you really sore knees. People would probably ask what has the meditation got to do with the bioelectrical system of the human body? Well, everything's science, including our biology. It's all science, as everything is made from energy. The whole universe is made from energy, including our atomic structure and DNA structure, including water, which is the biggest constituent of the human body. The energy thrown through the meridian system and the chakra system affects the biophysiology of the human body. This is one of the big secrets that's been hidden over thousands of years. Most people, when they're doing meditation, sit there, and the first steps of meditation is to quieten the mind and just sit. Your mind still chatters a bit, but you're trying to slow it down, and this is good for relaxing and getting rid of anxiety, and helps you calm down. But this is only the first step. There's a lot of steps to meditation. You can go much further in. And these monks and holy men, the yogis of years ago, and the Tao, who were in China and Tibet, who are at much higher level of spiritual understanding than most people who are into spiritual knowledge, knew that there was further levels to this, like the Buddha did, and so did the one they called Jesus Christ, who wasn't actually called Jesus Christ. He was called Esu Emmanuel Sananda, which means ESU was actually an old ancient Hebrew name, and it was corrupted to Jesus, which means anointed one, later on by St. Paul, I think he was originally called Saul of Tarsus. His middle name was Emmanuel, starting with an I, which was very common in ancient Hebrew, and his last name was Sananda, which means to walk with God. Esu Emmanuel Sananda, that's what Jesus' real name was. These were one of many avatars throughout history who discovered that they could manipulate their internal electrical system by mental force and concentration. The first steps were controlling the heart and the breathing, and later on they found they could increase the health and do things which would astound other people, like telepathy. It's one of them with the pineal gland, which seems beyond the comprehension of most human beings, but it's actually just founded in science. We call things paranormal, but paranormal means we just don't understand it because it's beyond our science. It's in the public domain. The science we use in the public domain is all based on Greek atomism, which is a load of rubbish, that everything's solid from atoms, and that's about as small as you can get. They've actually proved the subatomic particles, but they've got this obsession with having something that's solid, when the universe isn't actually made from solids. It's actually made from a waveform energy ribbons, which are winding and unwinding vortices of energy, which move incredibly fast. In a previous video I said that they move at 22 and a half, the pulse at 22.5 trillion times a second, but they actually pulse at 30 trillion times a second. I had that information slightly wrong. If I've got any information that's incorrect, I always try to amend it and give as much clarity and correct information as I can. Anyway, you're sitting doing your meditation. The next step for me, I found, was to do meridian line tracing, where you trace your meridian lines. You can look down your thumb, you can go down your arms. I found I did this with your eyes open. It's good for your health. It helps to promote healing. Eventually, you should try practicing this with your eyes closed and feeling around inside the human body, and you can feel, eventually, it takes a while, you can feel the flow of energy within the human body. Now this is the next step of understanding how to move around inside the human body. This is important because then you can start to shift the energy around within your meridian and your chakra system. Now chakra means spinning wheel of light in the 7 chakras, in the spine and the head. Like I say, the yogis could do things because of this, but it took an awful lot of practice and an awful lot of hard work, because there is a lot of dissonance in the Earth's field, a lot of barriers, because we live in a very dense environment. It's not quite as bad as it was, because we've just gone into what's called 4D, which is the 4th electroplanar tonal of existence. We were in the 3rd electroplanar tonal of existence, which has all got to do with the Schumann resonant frequency, which you can look up. There's piles of stuff on about that. There's a chap called Stefan Burns. He's doing a lot of good work, showing pictures of the sun at the minute, and he's showing readings from 3 different stations in all over the world there. One's Canada, one's Hungary, and one's Russia, I think. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Going back to the meditation, you start looking around inside yourself at the meridians, and then the next stage is to learn to look in like your pineal gland, concentrate on your pineal gland. If you slow your breathing down, breathe through your nose and then out through your mouth, you can slowly concentrate on your pineal gland. Now it's actually better doing this at night time or early evening, because during the day there's a lot of what are called generative male waves coming into Earth, spiral vortices, which produce a lot of vortex compression, which causes what's called electrowave density, gravitic wave density, and it actually closes the human electrical system down somewhat. This is what, like I say, the avatars throughout history discovered. You probably find if you work on your pineal gland in the evening and night time, things are a lot better, because when the photons come in from the sun, they cause disruption to the Earth's field, because the Earth is actually 7 degree tilt, which was caused 13,000 years ago when Atlantis fell, because a massive magma chamber in the Atlantic exploded due to some rogue technology, which wiped out 98.5% of the human race. It created a massive caldera which sank to the bottom of the ocean, which is now 2.25 miles deep, and it's off the southern west tip of Cuba, between the southern west tip of Cuba and the Bahamas. The National Geographic did a study on the bottom of this in 2004 by a French team, and it was all covered up because they didn't want people to know about the 3 big pyramids that were on the ocean floor over 2 miles down. Anyway, going back to the meditation again, after you've done the pineal gland, the next one to do is concentrate on the spine. That's the big one, the big turbo boost that I discovered later on. Taking energy through the crown, through the pineal gland, right down, through the spine and out through the feet into the earth. Because humans are we're like bioelectrical antennas. And a radio mast any electrical antenna, there's got to be a flow through to an earth, because it's like a river current, and if you block the river current, it doesn't flow properly. So if you move it into earth through your feet, it's actually very good for you because it increases the flow. It's actually very good for the earth and all, because it actually helps to stabilize the energies of the earth, which like I say, are very disrupted because of the problems we had 13,000 years ago. You can also then start to concentrate on different colours and different sorts of breathing, but I think I'll leave the video there. I think I've said quite enough already. Like I say, once you do the meditation and you get past the silence and relaxing bit, you use the meridian line trace and have a go at that first to see if you can feel around. It's quite interesting feeling around inside your fingers in your human body. The one after that, try the pineal gland in the centre of the head. I always get this word mixed up, pineal gland in the centre of the head, which is like a pine cone, which is like a radio receiver. That's the next one to work on. And then after that, I would work on the spine one, because that's excellent, the spine one, for increasing your frequency. And it's good for healing as well, and it's good for relaxation. Anyway, I think I'll leave it there. I think I've said enough tonight. I'll do another video with a similar subject in relation to this, and I'll maybe give a bit more information later on, but there's still quite a lot to chew on there. Anyway, I hope that's been helpful. My name's Alan Watson. Thank you for listening.